guys, welcome to episode 2 on the farm. There is other little bits and bobs that I have recorded that I will chuck in the video probably at the end. But there's a big job at hand at the minute. So this little pond I'm in, see the little boat? This little pond I'm in, and let me get out of it. I'm just about to net this one because we've got an order for £2,000 in weight of F1s. Give us a sec, let me get out the bank. So there's this pond here. I've got to be quick because I'm meant to be at work. So there's this pond, pond 1, pond 2, not that one over there, this pond, and then there's another one on the other side of this. Now all these ponds have got this very thick bull wash reed round all the way round, and obviously it's just starting to grow because spring is coming. Let me get back in the lake. So there's 3 lakes, 3 ponds. They're quite new. I think they're only about 2 or 3 years old, these lakes. They have been netted a couple of times, but they've never been harvested. Now harvested means all the fish out, completely emptied, chemicals put in the lake to kill off any bad bacteria that's left, and then they're refilled, left for a few days or a week or so, and then they're restocked. But these ponds this year, as it's breeding year, these will be filled with all the fry from the breed. They're going to start breeding next month, which I can't bloody wait for, and I will bring you there to show you the process as much as possible, but obviously it is work, so I'll record where I can and where I can't. So the reason these are going to be used is because of all these weeds are ideal for fry, so the fry can hide in all the things, and they'll be left in here probably for a year, maybe 2, and then they'll be netted because obviously the fish will grow, they'll be netted, they'll need more room, they'll be moved around the farm to bigger ponds, bigger lakes, and so on and so forth. So hopefully what I can show you, I'm only here 2 days a week, so I'll be here today and tomorrow, and hopefully we're going to net all 3 of them over the course of today and tomorrow, and then next week we're going to net them, over today and tomorrow, and then next week they're going to be emptied, and then we'll be there scooping out, because obviously you can't always catch every single fish with a net. There was always a few pound left. So yeah, when the lake's emptied, yeah, that's what we'll bring you back and show you. See what's in them, see if there's anything different. I mean, these have all got F1s in, but there's always other fish that have snuck in somehow. That little concrete thing over there in the corner, they call that the monk. And then the big lake that you've all seen next to the house, which is down there, is called the Monk Lake. Now all of these ponds and lakes, they all filter into each other, or from here straight into the Monk. So any small fish that are left, there's normally gudgeon and very small F1s and perch and all sorts of things, normally get washed down the pipe and they all end up in the big lake. That's why they do that every couple of years, and then there's normally some hidden gems in there because small fish get washed in there, they get in a bigger environment and they grow absolutely huge. So right now I have got to drag the net off the back of the trailer, which as much as you think, oh yeah, it must be great fun, don't get me wrong, it's bloody fun, but it's bloody hard work too. It really is. The first, I don't know, from here to that corner is going to be cushy, and then maybe halfway down there I'll be cushy, but then by the time I get to that corner it's literally like pulling, well, it'd be like pulling that tractor on a piece of rope. And you may say, oh, he's overreacting, but I promise you I'm not. So yeah, and then I've got to get in the boat over there. And then when I get round to the Monk, I have to get in the boat, jump down, because round the Monk is too deep to stand. You have to get there and lift the net up and over that to carry on netting the rest of the pond. And then it'll all be brought back to probably actually over there. So I'll drag one half of the net round to somewhere there, and then I'll drag the other half of the net from the trailer into the lake and go that way round, and I'll probably put it there, and I'm sure that's where we're dragging it in, because that looks like the clearest patch to do it. So yeah, that's that. I will leave you to it, and I will bring you back once we've got the net in, once I've done the netting, because Marius just shot off to go and do the other animals, the pigs and the chickens and all the other bits and bobs. Yeah, I'll bring you back when the net is tied up and we've got all the fish and we see what fish we've got. So yes, in a bit. I've just quickly brought you back. I've done half the net, but that is what the lake looked like empty. That's the small triangle. They called it the weedy lake, so it had a load of weed going in it. You can still see the remnants of it. So they emptied it and harvested it just to, they're going to wait till this weed dies off and then fill it back up. But after the net is across over to there, I did get, well, I say you can call it a booty, but I went in halfway. So one arm is absolutely soaking. Yeah, I slipped on the bank. Of course, your first reaction is to put one arm down, and that was the arm that went straight in a drink. So yeah, one wet arm. Good job it's not March and it's not freezing bloody cold, isn't it? But yeah, it's all good fun. It is what it is. I've got more clothes in the dry room, so I'll get this netting done and I'll go and get changed. But yeah, right, See, this lake's been emptied. A bit of water's come out of this. You can see the watermark on the monk. So we had fish out of this one last week. Not many, but we did have some. I can't remember what we took out of it. I think it was just some bigger F1s, but yes. So now I should get back in the lake at the same spot, pull all the net in, so it's all in the water and makes life easier, because I've been trying to pull it off the trailer and down this weedy bank, so it's getting snagged on absolutely everything on its way. So yeah, getting that across there was bloody hard work. So it should be a bit easier now, because I'm going to stand here and chuck it all in the water from here, and then it'll just be nice and simple. Right, I'll bring you back when there's some fish in it. Right guys, there we go. The net is pulled in. There is all the fish, mainly F1s. There's a bleak there I can see. There's gudgeon. I've seen a big perch. Yeah, there's loads of fish. Marius reckons there's about, we're just short of our £2,000 target in weight. So maybe 1,800, 1,900, maybe a few less. But yeah, this is the first netting, and this lake will have 3 nettings and then empty, and then the other 2 will have exactly the same, so there'll be plenty of fish for our order. So what we're going to do now is we're going to net all of these fish out and put them into the trailer and take them back to the polytunnel where they be held in the tanks, ready for delivery on Wednesday. So right, we've got a bit of a job now, so we're going to have to get all these fish out. I will bring you guys back in a bit. It's probably taken to get this far from when I started at about 7:30. It's now 9 o'clock, so about an hour and a half. So it's not too bad, considering I've done most of it on my own. But yeah, well, me and Marius has done the important bit, and he stands on the net as I pull the top bit in. So we've got the net behind us. As I pull the top bit in, he stands on the bottom and makes sure the fish don't escape out the bottom of the net. So yeah, right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, it's recording. Right guys, just quickly, obviously we've just emptied that lake of all them F1s, but in there was a couple that needs going in there, both of them. In there was a couple of surprises. This was the first one, beautiful mirror carp. I'm going to hold him over the water. We've just weighed him, he's only about 8.5 pounds. Quickly show you the other side, if I can. He's going to let me. No, he's gone. That was one of them. And then we've got to come over here. Hold on, moment. Where is he? Where's the net? He's in there somewhere, he's got to be. No, right, I've just emptied these out for a sec. You've got to weigh them up anyway. So what we're doing there is all these F1s, as you can see. These are being weighed in £100 buckets at a time. I showed you this last time, but £100 at a time. Until we've got £1,000 in each tank. There's already £1,000 in that one down there. Oh, here he is. Come here, mate. Come here, mate. And there's the other one. And these are bits. Do we want to weigh them? Well, what have we got there? 36. So we can put him in there. 44. £8 again. These were a bit of a shock, definitely to me. Look at that, look. Absolutely stunning fish. There he goes. Right. Nice one. Right, what's happening, guys? Give us 2 seconds. Right. Welcome to the next day. Oh, I'm aching. I hurt my leg somehow. Yeah, so it's first thing in the morning, living the dream. It's absolutely pissing hard with rain. Today this is the lake. So yesterday we done this one. So I netted it, I started here yesterday morning on this bank, and then we took the net round that way, pulled it in over that side, and then as the net was on that side just the afternoon, we pulled the net round this side and round this side, and then netted it to here. But since then we've let some water out. I don't know if you can see over by the boat. I was explaining to you yesterday about the monk. You see the pipe now sticking up? Oh, you see the pipe sticking up? So we pulled the pipe and there's a griddle on the front, so the water's now going down that, and it's heading, it's all going into the big lake, which in turn, when the big lake overflows, that water just runs straight into the river. So yeah, that water's dropping, so this hopefully today will be pretty much empty. And then, so now today we will be The net's already in the lake, ready to go. It's all folded out nicely for me to start pulling. Marios is just doing again, feeding the animals, but in a minute I'll start pulling that piece of rope there, and I'll go around that way. Over to that corner where it's roughly a clear patch, and then come back and drag from the other end. Yeah, and then we'll take the fish out of here. These fish won't be getting counted and weighed. These fish will be just getting put in the trailer, and then just moved around the farm to other lakes. So yeah, but it's going to be one of them days where I am going to get wet no matter what. So I'm going to start off with my morning's breakfast, as you know, winning. I'm going to have a couple of swigs of my Coke, and then take my coat off and get wet. So I will bring you guys back when I have a net full of fish, and that will be on the other side of the lake. So in a bit. Right, one after the net across the lake, up to the pulling point, if you like. It's although it's raining, although it's not very nice, it's still a great job to be doing, isn't it? It really is. Now a lot of people obviously think, no, stuff that, but for me, I don't think there's anything else I'd rather be doing, to be honest. Even if you said, right, you get paid to sit at home and watch TV, I'd soon get bored. Yeah, and even on a rough day like this, it's still a great job. And obviously, just quickly, before I jump back in the lake and pull the other half around, everything that I'm sort of bringing to you guys, showing and saying and telling, is only what I've been taught. And even then, I'm still massively learning. To be honest, I still haven't got a clue what I'm doing. And I don't mind admitting that. Don't mind admitting it at all. So I'm just literally, I'm learning as I go along. I'm getting there with the net, doing it by myself. But yeah, every day's a school day for everyone, really. Everyone's still learning, no matter what you're doing, work or hobbies or whatever. Everyone's still on a school day, really. So yeah, I just didn't want people sitting there thinking, "Oh, he's saying that wrong or he's doing that wrong," because again, I still don't really know exactly. But yeah, every day's a school day, so I'm learning as I go along and loving every minute of it. So yeah, right, I better get on with some work. In a bit. Right, here we are, guys. This is the second netting. So I started here this morning, as I said. We went that way and I took that lot. And we will get 700, maybe 800. So we're £700 or £800 earlier. And then this is the second netting to get the second load out. And then from now, what we'll do is the monkey's emptying, so the lake is dropping now. So we're going to get these fish out, and all these are going into these buckets. And then they're just being sort of dotted around the site into other lakes. So yeah, we've probably got about another £500 in weight of fish here, Marius reckon. So yeah, right, see you in a bit. Right then, just very quickly, because we got a crack on. Third netting on the third lake. First one is done. We've already got rid of £300, and there's probably another £300 in there. Lots and lots more, all being distributed to the next lake. And there's some small skimmer bream as well in there, and some bleak and some gudgeon, but yeah, mainly F1s. Right, see you on the next one. Well, what's happening, guys? It is now week 2. It's actually Tuesday of week 2. We've already done a day. It's got little lily ponds. It's very early in the morning. We're starting earlier today because there's now 5 ponds that need to be getting ready, finished this week. So I'm working all week this week, doing overtime. The thought of it's making me head hurt, but overtime catching fish all week can't be that bad, can it? There's so many frogs about on the farm at the minute. Literally everywhere you walk, you can hear jump, 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 where the frogs are jumping in. I'm lost. Where am I going? Let's go this way. I've got to go and check the water levels on the lake. Because we're, as I said last week, we're emptying. Oh, big spider web. We're emptying them out. And they can't obviously drop too low because the fishes will die. Obviously, the last few remaining that are left in it. Oh, I've made an absolute schoolboy error here. I'm in trainers still, and the lake's decided to come across the bloody path. Oh well, nice, not Leap of faith. Lovely. So this lake here we emptied about 3 weeks ago. This had baby tench in it, which are now all in the big lake over there. Giving you a bit of a tour here. Very foggy. As I said, it's early in the morning. What is the time? Just before 7. 6:30. Ah, that's what I want to be. I've taken the long route though. Bloody hell. So yeah, so plan today is empty, I think 2 of these lakes, completely harvest them, and then move on to them little lakes I've actually just walked past. So yeah, as you can see, this is very low. I don't know if you can see it because it's quite foggy still, but it's a lovely time to be on the farm. You can hear all the birds singing, the geese. Yeah, to be honest, it's lovely. It's so nice here. Let's get up to this thing. We've also got to net 3 lily ponds, they call them, because they used to have lilies in them. They used to sell the lilies to garden centres. Well, that one's nearly empty. Bloody hell. Yeah, and one of them's got a mixture of fish in. All the goldfish they use for breeding with the carp, shabumpkins and all sorts of other weird and wonderful bits and bobs, apparently. As well as, and the other one's got the bigger carp in, which I'm not sure if we're netting, but hopefully we are, because I'd like to see those, as in the ones they used to breed in, like the 20-pounders. Yeah, nice and low. That's exactly what you need. Exactly what we need. Well, that's not going all the way down. Pretty low though. So we've netted this one 3 times, this side. We've netted this one 3 times, this side, and there's still one more that we need to net 2 more times, I think. But yesterday we took another £300 out of this, and another £300 out of this one. Probably a little bit more actually in each. And all of those fish have gone into the big lake now, because we've already taken a couple of £1,000 out all in all of all of the lakes. They've been spread around all the lakes on the farm, taking them to their capacity basically. So now anything that's left anywhere that shouldn't be anywhere just goes in the big lake. And obviously they grow a bit better in there because they've just got more room. And every few years they net there to see what surprises come out of there. It really is quite good fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's bloody hard work. It really is. And I was explaining to Marios yesterday about, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen YBS Youngblood, the Brody lives in Australia. He's been given boats to £250,000, big fat jet skis, and he's got absolutely everything around him. Lives on the beach, and he just jumps on his jet ski whenever he feels like it. He's a full-time living his YouTube, and I mean, sometimes you see him cruising around in 10-15 metres of water, and you can see the bottom on his jet boat, and you just think, oh, that's living the dream, properly living the dream. And obviously when I put the first video out of me working here, this is the big lake, it's just stunning in the morning, isn't it? Look, the geese on there. So when I put my first video out of me working here, everybody said, oh, you're living a dream, you're living a dream. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. Like, getting paid to catch fish is amazing, but I promise you guys, it is graft pulling that net. It is like, it's like pulling a car. If you can imagine tying a car to the end of the rope, once that net's full in the water, it's like pulling a car. It's, yeah. Well, put it this way, time I get home from working here, I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. And that's the God's honest truth. So that means quite a few early nights for me to this week. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there, because I've done loads and loads of talking, and I'm heading back into the private bit of the farm. I will bring you guys back when we've emptied the lake. That nice little secret island. I'll bring you guys back when we've emptied the lake completely, and we're harvesting it. I'll set this up on a tripod today. So yeah, in a bit. Well, just a very quick recap. This lake is now being emptied into the big lake behind by the 6-inch pump, and this lake is now being emptied into the little corner lake that's already empty via the 4-inch pump. So hopefully today both of these lakes will be harvested, in which case I will get the tripod up, probably set it up on top of my buggy, and yeah, you'll be able to sort of see what's going on. Whether there's going to be much talking, I might have to shout and scream a bit. Sorry about the pump. yeah, whether there's going to be much talking or much going through it, I don't know, but I'll be able to hold some fish up hopefully to the camera, and you can just about see what's going on. As you can see, that corner over there is mud. Obviously that's what the bottom of the whole lake's going to look like, but when there's no water in it, there's obviously going to be a few fish that still lurk. This hopefully shouldn't be many. If there's less than £100 in the lake when we finished emptying it, then we've done alright, apparently. So the boss man says, bless his heart. Right, in a bit. So we've moved across to one of the smaller ponds because the two bigger ones are not ready. Marius said this one's got tench in, and he hasn't been netted for about 3 years, he reckons. So there could be some nice fish in this lake. We're using a smaller net. I'm standing around, Marius, aren't I? I'm standing around and Marius is doing the work. Yeah, so fingers crossed there could be something in here monstrous. Who knows? They might all still be tiny. They just might not be happy in this lake. They might not grow that well, but there's a good chance they could be decent sized fish. So we shall see. Right guys, you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm trying to do this all on my own. Oh wow, just you wait. I can't get it all out because Marius is not here, and I've got to do my best by myself. So just, yeah, sorry. So Marius said that in this lake was tench, but what he didn't tell me is that, give me a sec. Oh, calm down little fellas. Most of them, sorry, don't want to hurt anything. Most of them are these beautiful golden tench, which one of these is definitely coming home with me and ending up in my pond. So there's a few of these in there, quite a few of these in there. Cheers, mate. Next to us is the lake where all the bigger carp are held, all the bigger carp they use for breeding. And Marius didn't realise that somehow, oh my God, I didn't even realise. Come here, mate. Somehow, this is something else, guys, this, and there's not just one. Let's start with this fella here. Oh my God. Come here, mate. There's not just one. Come here, mate. It's going to be quick, because he's heavy. And he's got the ump. Right, alright, bear with me. Then we're going with this one. Come here, fella. It's hard work when they're in the net for the water. What else have we got? What have we got there? Great big eyed. I'll show you these fish in a sec. Great big eyed. Another cracking fish. We've got in here. More golden tench. Come here, mate. Come here. I hope you guys saw that. I hope you guys saw that. Come here, fella. He has got to be £20 plus, this fish. Got to be £20 plus. And there's two of these. I'm going to try and get the other one out. Ooh. Lovely. The joys of fishing, eh? Let me see what else we can have a find. Oh my God. Come here, fellas. What we got? There's a lot of crap in this lake. Oh yeah, look. This fella probably shouldn't be in here either. Big old slab of a bream. Come here, mate. Now, I know you carp anglers don't like them, but it's still a lovely fish. There's definitely other species of fish in here too. Definitely. That looks like a big roach. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a spawning fish. Check that out. I'm sure that's a roach. There's another big one. Look at the gut on him. Look at that. Stunning fish. What else is in there? More tench. I mean, just these golden tench are just beautiful fish. I need to find more. While I've got you all there, look at this, look. Stunning fish. Oh, I'm soaked now. That carp has properly done me. Just try and clean out some of the crap that's in the lake. The net is absolutely full of mud. What have we got here? Come here, fella. I want to see this other carp. I want to see him. So obviously these bigger fish that are in this net, these bigger carp, are used for breeding. Here's a bigger tench. No, there he's gone again. One quick look. This one I reckon's bigger. Look at the size of him. He's a cracking fish. I know I'm not holding him as carp anglers do, but what a fish. I haven't even caught carp this big on rod and line. But I'll tell you what, I'm about to. I am about to, because I now know where he lives. What else we got? Oh, here's the other one again. Oh, this one's a bit smaller. I say a bit smaller. He's still an absolutely cracking carp. Look at him. Beautiful. Maros is in the buggy. Get in the boat. Oh, what else is there? Just loads of golden tench. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. The net is absolutely, this net now is full of probably the best fish I've seen on this farm since I've been working here. There's just, yeah. This lake was meant to have 40 tench in it. We didn't know it, I didn't know any of them were golden. But yeah, they're all golden. And there's a few big roach, a couple of very big eyed. Yeah, it's amazing really. And these two beautiful carp. I can't wait to see more. Right, that's gonna have to be it, because I am, like I said, I am here to work. So, well, this lake is being emptied, and one corner of the lake we couldn't actually net because of the monk, as we call it. So hopefully there'll be a few more surprises in here. One last look at this carp. Look at him, look. Look at that. I love to weigh him. Well, when we come to breed the fish, I'm hoping that we'll get to weigh them. So yeah, look at that. It's lovely. Oh, lovely fish. Right, in a bit. Whoa, what's happening, guys? Just quickly, I've got to be very quick. In this one, we've just netted the goldfish and shabumpkin pond. There's also a little carp in here too. I'm not really going to be able to show you much because I ain't got my bloody tripod. What am I going to do here? Right, yeah, I'll just have to dig in. Bear with us, bear with us. You can obviously see the goldfish on the side. That's a beautiful looking gold. Let me get him out. Let's pull this up a bit more. It's just going to go mad for a minute. Oh, I'm going to go mad for a minute. Alright boys, that's enough then, hey? That's enough. Plenty of goldfish and orange fish and God knows how many fish. What's this here? There's a nice big F1, look. Sorry guys for the camera angle, I know it's crap, but there's not a lot I can do about it. Oh. There you go, let's just soak the phone. Where's that mirror? Come here fella. Come here mate. There's a lovely little mirror, I know, 3 or 4 pound. That little dude, cracking fish, loving life. Shabumpkins, baby shabumpkins, well not baby shabumpkins, a couple of years old I suppose. Here's a, there's a nice goldfish. Oh, he's got a funny lump on his back, look, funny shape. But he's full up with spawn, What else we got in here? Is that another mirror? Oh, we've got a couple of mirrors. It's so annoying that I can't show you these properly, but as I've said before, I am at work. More fish. Come here fella. Yeah, lovely, look at him, look. Beautiful fish. literally just perfection in its size. It's all proportioned, everything's lovely. Right, sticking back in the net. What else have we got in here? I'm getting soaked in, by the way, guys. Another lovely goldfish. What's that big white one? There's a big goldfish. There's a big goldfish. You can see the mirrors. Oh, how many mirrors have we got? There might be 3 in there, actually. That there is a crucian carp. It shouldn't be in here at all. Little fella. There's a nice looking little goldfish. Nice colours. Lovely colours. Yeah, well that's about that. So the mirrors get bred with the goldfish, and then they make the F1s. That one's, look, that one's ready to pop. Literally full up with spawn. Oh, right, that is that. The boss has just got back, and I've now got to get on with work. In a bit. Right, guys, sorry for the wind, but this pond is obviously nearly very empty, and we've just driven past, and out of the distance, I don't know if you guys can see it, I can't see from my phone because it's so, yeah, look, you can just see him on the surface. Let's go and investigate and see what that is. He definitely shouldn't be in here. Definitely shouldn't be in here. Let's go and find out how big he is. It's probably going to piss him off. There's a lot of fish still in the lake. I say a lot. There's a few. Look at that, look. I don't really know how close I can get to him because of the silt. So basically all fish will end up in the deepest point, which is down there. I can just see, he looks a bit like a linear, to be fair. He's got scales all the way across the top of his back. But it's very silty, very silty. Do I really want to walk right out there? To be honest, no, guys. That there is another lovely looking mirror carp. How has he evaded us all this time? I don't get it. I really don't. Well, what I'm going to do is, because he's quite a big fish, obviously the water's getting shallower. I'm up to my knees now in silt, look. Literally. So I'm going to put the phone away and I'm going to sort of go in and shoo him towards the deeper end, I think. Because it's not fair on him. Obviously he's not going to get hurt in any way, but yeah. There's obviously predatory birds that live on the farm as well, because they know that there's a fish farm, so. But there's loads of fish here, look at them, look. Craziness. Loads and loads of fish. Yeah. He's not going to get away very fast because I can see him. So I will show you him when the time comes and this lake's empty and we're walking around picking him up. I will show you him. There's another fish that just shot off there. Look, a lot of smaller fish. But yeah, right, guys, in a bit. Well, it's all action stations now. I'm now in the other pond where the frogs are jumping. Let's see the frogs all jumping in, going mad. So we're in the other pond, more frogs. The water is just about to disappear. Look at these frogs, they're kamikazes. Literally, the water is just about to disappear out this lake. There is a few fish still around, maybe a net full. So what we'll do is literally, they'll be flapping for 2 minutes, probably not even that. And they'll still obviously be in their own little bits of, their own little pockets, I'm sure. Let me get up and out of here. You might be able to see them better. Sorry for all the noises going on. There's really not a lot I can do about it. Oh, where was them fish I saw earlier? There, I'll keep spooking them. Let me get up here. See little pockets of fish in places. They're all sort of sticking together in little shoals. Look there, look. Don't know if you can see them. Sort of 10 fish maybe. All moving off now. And there's obviously frogs everywhere. It's great. This is so much fun. This part of it. Pulling the net used to be fun. But pulling the net's bloody graft. So although it's still fun, when you're re-netting a lake you've already netted and you know what type of fish are in here, it's like, oh, we got to do it again. But now it's getting interesting. Literally, there's not many fish left in this lake at all now. Like I say, maybe a net full. And then obviously there's that big mirror in that one still in that other pond. But I reckon, looking at the top of him, he's got scales all across the top of him. I reckon it's a linear. And it's a big fish. It's a lovely looking carp, so I can't wait to get in there and get that one out. And that'll be coming up after this. So happy days, yeah. Right, I'll bring you back when the water's gone and then we're picking up the last few fish. In a bit. Right then, here we are, the last few bits. And there's a few fish still about in the pond, so look, Marius is out there netting down that side. There's all sorts of fish still in here. A few gudgeon, a few small tench that we've seen. Still quite a few F1s. I say quite a few. Come here, mate. This is a bit deeper here. Hopefully this water will stay here for these. Can't even catch him with a net, look. There he is. Lovely. Right, I really can't hold my phone and catch the last of these few fish. So once it's all empty, I'll bring you back to show you. But this is basically now what we do. We walk round and just net the last few like this. Right. Come here, shitbag. In a bit. Right, guys. This is going to be the end of the video for now. Because I've got so much footage I've been recording for the last 2 weeks. I can't remember what I've got and what I haven't. It's going to be a bit of a pain, I think, trying to edit it all. But what an absolutely stunning day. There's still quite a few fish left in this lake, which we're going to sort out in a minute. But once I've done that, we're going to go home. I've taken the big carp out. Sorry I didn't get no footage of it. But here is a couple of pictures that Marius took. Once I eventually caught it, he said, I'll take the net, and I forgot the net, so I just had to chase it around this great big pool and trying to get it out. Alright, don't get me wrong, it was half out of the water, so it wasn't too bad, but yeah. So the next video from work, from the farm, is going to be, this is the lake we done earlier that I showed you all the fish in with the 2 big carp, which is draining, slowly but surely draining. So we will see that one on the next video from here. I don't know when that's going to be. And then over there, the other corner, lily pond, the one with the smaller mirrors in, and the golden tench and the shabumpkins and the goldfish. We'll see what comes out the bottom of them, because they're all being emptied as well. So there's not much more fishing to do for the farm, really. It's going to be the next thing. Once all these ponds are harvested, we have got to go off site for a couple of weeks and work at another place, which is a bit crap, because, well, it's cold. You've seen it anyway. Up Nuralot, up the other lakes where I showed you before, where I work, the abandoned lakes. And then once we've done that, we'll be back here breeding fish. So yeah, all right. See you on the next one. Cheers all.